Welcome, everybody. We are beginning this DEIC meeting at 5:02, and we need to do roll call. Here,
Here.
Committee Member Andrews,
I'm here.
Sweet.
Committee Member Stout, and Committee Member Abels.
Here.
welcome.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Heidi. Welcome to you as well.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. All right, do I have a motion to accept the consent agenda from November 4?
Motion to approve the minutes.
And a second?
I'll second.
And all those in favor, say aye.
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 All right, motion passes. I
Motion
believe.
passes. Okay. Mads, I think you're next.
Okay. I don't know if you guys got a chance to look at the email that I sent out. We did have a committee member application. I don't know if you were able to convince your friend to apply as well. Did we want to?
Yes. She has been in Louisiana with her kids, so she's just slacking a little bit.
Okay.
And but also, since we're on the topic, my son has decided to apply. He just finished that after school today. So he's a freshman at EHS, and he just filled out his application. So I talked to the front desk about any conflict of interest or whatever, and they said it's all good to go.
Awesome.
So that's Arlo, and then Jen is my other friend, and it looks like Darren has applied.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Do you know Darren?
I don't,
Okay.
but I'm eager to.
It doesn't look like they were able to make it tonight.
Okay.
Considering we have 2 other people applying, do we want to move this to next meeting?
Yes.
Oh, just as far as approval.
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if we can contact him or I don't know who
Yeah.
Darren is, and have him come in, just to have the little sort of meet and greet or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
think
And we
that
can
would
just
that'd be great.
do all 3 at the same time in
Yeah.
January.
Mhm.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. I'll try and make sure that Jen gets her application submitted so that we have plenty of time for all the admin, just
Could-
organization.
Could we get a motion to move the agenda item?
Motion to finish the application process in January 25 for the new applicants.
I second that. All in favor?
I
Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Okay. Kimberly, do you want to talk to us about LEDIC?
Yes, sure. So I've been speaking with both Maria Magallon, who's the staff, the Clackamas County staff person who runs LEDIC, and also their chair. I almost called him president. The chair. His name is Tori. They are in a bit of a shuffle right now, but do have some services and different pieces that they can provide as some resources to kind of help us set some things up and some ideas, and also some places where we can table with them as well, or where they will be tabling if we wanted to set up a table. So they are very open to connecting with us. They don't have a meeting in December, and their one for January is not scheduled yet. But I'm expecting to find out when that one is in January and be able to attend and represent, or at least let them know we exist to that fuller group. It's a group of about 15 people at the moment. So there's a lot, and from all across the different health sectors. And so they have lots of different resources that we could plug into, as well as education, health and human services, kind of all those different pieces that we've been talking about, and how we can help amplify what they're doing and they can help us with the reverse. So
Okay.
that's where we stand with LEDIC. Good collaboration
Sounds-
to come.
Awesome.
Yeah, that sounds great. Thank you for that info. And can you circle back with us at the January meeting maybe to update us
Yes.
when their next meeting will be?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so I have the bag of Narcan that we got in December from Clackamas County. And I wanted your guys' ideas on how you as a committee want to go out to the community and get these out into the businesses here. My thought, and I'm just throwing this out there as an idea, certainly we don't have to go with this idea, but my thought was maybe we've got 2 forms that Clackamas County gave us. So one form had the learn how to save lives, free naloxone training that she talked to us about. One was in November, but the other one is in February. So that's coming up. And then the other form talks about resources that they provide and gives more data, kind of some of the data that they presented to us. So my thought was if we had those 2 sheets stapled to a letter from us, so that since we don't have business cards, we can't just go to the businesses and say, hi, I'm from the DIC. So if it was on city letterhead and just basically said, why we were giving them this box of Narcan. And that was just my idea. And then I'd be happy to take some of them out. I don't work full time. I'm not working right now except for on the farm, which right now is keeping me busy because it's Christmas tree season. But I know Mike has also said that he'd be willing to go to some businesses, and I don't know, Nicole, if you'd be able to. I know Kimberly works, Shannon works. So what do you all say?
I think that do we have certain businesses in mind that seem like maybe they have more traffic or don't have access to these resources or are somehow more in need than other? I mean, do we do it with like the grocery store or the gas station, or you know what I mean? Do we want to sort of take a blanket approach to the you know the locations of the businesses? Do we want to make sure that everybody downtown has one?
That was my
Or
thought.
you think, I mean, I'm just spitballing, or I don't really just asking questions.
Lot. I'll tell you how much.
Yeah, there you go. Well, because we might have inadequate amount to just sort of start at one end of town and work our way across.
Go through.
I think it's better to have a surplus than it is to have a deficit. 12 in there.
5, 26, 27 boxes. So that's a lot of businesses. I don't know how many businesses are downtown in the downtown area, but
I mean, I think probably the best bet would be to assemble the sheets that you're talking about and have whatever information, and then sort of resources, the links to those resources, trainings and whatnot. And then it would just be, probably an afternoon of kind of walking around. In fact, this is a good week because there's a lot of activity going on down here on Friday night. All the businesses will be open Friday evening. I don't think that's a good time to like overlap during the Christmas events, but I could probably figure something out and start on that like Thursday.
okay. I could do it. I could probably I don't know what I have going on Thursday
Well,
right
we
now,
could just
but I
sort
could,
of,
we could, I mean, we could all take a different day
Mhm.
and do it as long as we knew which businesses people had already gone to.
right,
Um,
right, we can keep a little list.
Yeah.
Mads, is there any conflict of Robert's rules if we text each other about organizing a
Mm.
distribution schedule?
My understanding is it's fine as long as there's not a quorum.
And as long as we're not making decisions.
Yeah, nothing relating to the agenda.
Okay.
You can't discuss agenda matters essentially, and
Okay.
it can't be a quorum.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that might be our best bet, is just to sort of, or maybe I'll take a dozen of those home
Mhm.
and just go,
door to
you know,
door
and
on
just say that,
Thursday.
oh, I
and then you
started
could-
across the street and worked my
Mhm.
way this way, and just tell you where I've been.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if you don't have time to do the whole box, I don't know. We could figure out how to get them if somebody else needed to finish
Mhm.
them. But my
I
thought
also,
is,
yeah, I think it's probably good to start after lunch too, because
Mhm.
there's a lot of businesses that aren't even open till 11 or
right.
later.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Afternoons. All right. So, Nicole, is that something? Oh, Heidi.
I'm here. I'm open to doing it. I just need to swing by and get those from you.
Okay. Or maybe,
Yeah, I mean, Nicole, I could even just rendezvous with you at school drop off or something. I oftentimes see the minivan piling kids out when I'm dropping my youngest off.
Okay. That sounds like a plan.
Okay. So why don't I take a couple of those boxes?
Do we have a
tonight?
scripter of what we're gonna say?
Well, we just have the printouts from the county.
Okay.
I don't know if it's
we still have to get the letter drawn up. And
If one of you wants to write something up, I can see about getting it put on some sort of a letterhead.
okay, cool. That was my next question that I looked very confused about when I
Well,
was
It looks like Heidi has her hand up as well.
yeah, Heidi.
Sorry, guys. I was wondering if Public Works has Narcan kits.
Didn't hear you.
if
I was
Public
look-
Works has access to them.
Yeah.
I bet,
was
right? The
told-
city has stock of this.
That I don't know offhand.
I was
Oh.
told they didn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, somebody.
That might be a good idea to see if they have them. I mean, and then I was thinking of the marathon on Sticks and Wade Creek, the vintage marketplace, since it's right by
Right.
that park.
Right. When is that,
and
Heidi?
the gas station.
Right.
Marathon.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
used to be
not
fall.
an actual marathon.
Yeah.
I was like, is there like a 5K coming up or something?
No, they changed.
No.
They changed it. It's a marathon now, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm there 2 or 3 times a week, so I could definitely talk to those guys about that. The
Yeah.
gas station, I think, is a good look. Just, any place, frankly, any place that has a public restroom is probably a good place to deposit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, Nicole, I'd be happy if you wanted to tag team and go together, if you wanted to do that, unless you
Okay.
want to go by yourself.
Oh, I'm up for it as long as you don't mind my tag along because I have my youngest with me during the day.
Oh,
She's
yeah, no,
the cutest.
that's fine. No worries. So we can talk outside of the meeting on what day will work best for you. All right. So, Mike, did you want to talk about the youth council? You kind of already did.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much my strategy at this point is we just had conferences and I've been meeting quite a bit of the staff. I now am in kind of contact with Tammy, who is the principal's assistant. And hopefully, not to completely artificially orchestrate this, but hopefully this inspires Arlo to get involved with, because we were discussing some of the questions on the application, and I was like, well, what needs do you have at school, and what is the best way of access? You know what I mean?
Mm.
It's have him consider some of those things that relate to the school with the DEI topics, and then approach student government, talk about advocacy groups, and different student groups that already exist, and then again, just sort of be there to bring this lens to the table. He seems to be fairly interested in um, just representing these this lens of you know how we're seeing things. So that's as much traction as I have as far as something actually coming together. And again, it seems like the staff at the school, I get the impression that they're receptive to I'm going to say outside influence, but they're not really motivated to do things internally in the school, because I think that just everyone's very um I mean, like, gun shy, for lack of a better term,
Mhm.
about uh there's still a lot of stigma around this work, just because of the label that it's been given.
Mhm.
So I think that any kind of affiliation that might be considered political by the staff, as far as them taking the initiative to uh, develop or grow any kind of a group, is not going to happen. It needs to be sort of student led or an outside influence. So I think that the uh, having Arlo become part of the group and then sort of working our way that way is probably the best bet.
Okay, good. Excellent. Going back to Mads, the Narcan. So we need to identify who's going to be giving you the letter, correct? So, does anyone have what do we call it? A passion in their heart to put together the letter, or do you all want me to do it, or would someone like to do it? Because if someone would, that'd be great.
I mean, I just wrote up the summary for the quarterly report or whatever, and that's not a big deal. I can put a couple paragraphs together about just sort of what the county's offering, and kind of make it like a thank you, Clackamas County, for your training, and you know, I
Yeah.
mean, that kind of a thing, so that there's a little bit of a recognition piece, um, and then sort of just a summary of
Okay.
I mean, I might even go back and watch last month's just to go over some of the facts that Allie,
Mm-hmm.
April,
them are
that
on
April
this.
gave us. Right.
I think
Because
some of them are on there. So Mads, he's gonna give you the letter. Today's Monday, so if you're gonna go out Thursday, you'll need to get it to Mads so that Mads can copy off 27 of these.
okay. And we already have copies of what you have there. Those are
I
that's
don't,
a stack of copies.
yeah,
or is
it's
that
a
just
stack of copies, but I don't know if they gave me 27.
all right?
So that's the piece that I'm not
Sure.
quite sure about.
Well,
So,
and we can have those copies made. That's no problem.
Yeah.
In-house.
and then my thought is you can pick up half and I'll pick up half,
Mhm.
and then Nicole and I can figure out when we're gonna go out and we'll get it done.
It might be easiest if like you and Nicole start on one side of town and you start on the other side
Mhm.
and just meet in the middle.
That's a good
essentially.
idea.
Might be the easiest.
Yep. And I'm thinking of and Denise, can you chime in on, do you know if there's unhoused people that are in certain areas of town? Because I think I feel like I know where there's some like pockets. And I would just like to make sure that whatever businesses are close to there. Cazadero, Red Fox. Is the Red Fox still a functional business?
Mhm.
Like, okay,
Yes.
it is
I
a
think so.
hotel. Okay. Great.
On Tuesdays outside the food bank, there is a line of all of people.
Oh, okay. Every Tuesday? Okay.
At where? Oh, nice. Okay.
That's tomorrow.
Yep.
Who's running the food bank right now? Do we know?
Oh,
Deb
I
left
know.
a while back.
I know.
And
I
it was there was a younger woman that took over, I believe, but I don't know if she's still there.
I have, yes, I have the new. mm, Carolyn Luke.
Oh, yeah.
Does that sound familiar? Is that the
Mhm.
right person? I think.
I think so.
Do you want her phone number? I'm not sure if this kind of looks
Sure.
like it
Why don't
might be
you
a
text
bank.
her and preface the intro before you pass on info? That's the contact sharing golden rule.
Okay. So.
But yeah, I mean, I would be down to just go over there. I mean, that and just sort of see if anyone needs anything, or maybe just go to the food bank and be like, here's 4 of them. If someone comes in, right. Copy that. Yeah. Yeah. That's a really good idea. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, that might even be sort of a centralized, just,
Hub.
yes, for
Hmm.
that, because they're gonna know, probably a wider reach of people at risk. So
My
that's
thought
a great
was,
idea.
even, who just said to go to the gas station? I don't know who it was that said that, but
Yeah, Heidi.
Heidi, yeah. Because, my original thought was not to just have them in one place, because what if, I don't know. What if someone drives into a gas station or they're down at Les Schwab, and something happens, right? And they don't have Narcan. Yeah.
Do
Go
you,
ahead.
you might need the microphone.
Yeah.
Public comment section.
What happened to the idea of putting the stickers on the businesses that agreed to have a Narcan at that business? So you can say wherever you see the sticker, there's
Yeah.
Narcan.
We have stickers.
Oh, okay.
That's,
Stickers.
yeah,
Okay.
that's part of what we're going to be doing. We also have. They also gave us these CPR face shields.
Okay.
So, each business will get one of these, and also
Oh, that's perfect.
a sticker.
Now, can anybody jog my memory, if April said that if and when we distribute all of this, if we can ask the county for more?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. Because
I
I think that
think-
that's the other thing too,
What
is
do you
just to
think?
go. and, like,
Believe yes, but there's a limit on it, but the individual businesses can also reach
Oh,
out directly
Yeah.
to the
great.
county. And I believe that they're able to get more.
maybe that's essentially the initial service that we're providing, is just the connection between
Yeah,
businesses and the county, so that they have the
Because-
resources to.
this,
for more.
yeah, right here.
Okay.
So it'll be on the form that they get,
Perfect.
which will be good. So. All right, so does anybody else have any comments, questions about that before we?
I
go
have
off
a kind of related question / comment, I guess.
Mhm.
I know that we spoke about possibly speaking at HOA meetings. What are our plans for getting this into communities? Because we had an overdose incident a few months ago in Campanella. So would that be, I don't know how the logistics of that would even work, but is that something that we could maybe come up with a plan for?
Can
Mhm.
I ask a few more questions, Nicole?
Go ahead.
Was that someone's in someone's residence, I'm assuming?
Yeah, we kind of, I'm not clear on details. Everything I have is like secondhand knowledge, but there
Okay.
was a home in our neighborhood that was frequented with people doing drugs. And from my
Mhm.
understanding, there was a overdose, I think maybe in the front lawn.
Mhm.
Um, and so as we were just listening, as I was listening to you guys, I was just wondering, like, well, maybe is that something that we would want to have available in different communities as a designated household that people know that they could go to get it?
Yeah, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there isn't like a HOA office or anything in Campanella or up in that, right?
There's not, but maybe like somebody who's on the actual HOA board
Okay.
decides to be a house, maybe we could put a sticker in their window or a sign
Yeah.
in their yard. I don't know, our HOA is kind of funny about yard signs, but I don't know, just thinking about maybe there's a particular house for each neighborhood that everybody could kind of get on board with, knowing that if there's ever an incident,
Yeah.
that we could go knock on their door and say we're in need of that Narcan.
Is there like a Campanella Facebook page or like a email blast or something where everybody gets
Yes.
news?
That's where
'Cause
I saw the incident on. Was
okay.
I just happened to look out my window and see like flashing lights everywhere. And I
Right.
was like, okay, let me go to the Facebook page and see what was going on. So like I said, it was all, I don't know how true everything was. Like I said, that was just kind of something that I was made aware of. And I was like, oh, maybe this is, something that we should be thinking about.
Right. No, I think that's totally irrelevant. I mean, that's the other thing too, is like most incidences are going to happen in residences, I would assume. Just based on the nature of sort of like what you're explaining. So maybe that's a really good place to start is with the HOA board, and then to say, we're gonna have someone make an announcement on Facebooks to just kind of get the word out. Because if that's a tight little network of neighbors, um, and then it just becomes sort of common knowledge that it's available, then people know who to contact when there's an incident. So I
Yeah.
think that's a great idea.
Yeah. And I will circle back with the county to find out how many more we can get.
Mhm.
Uh,
Or maybe we just need to modify our strategy as far as who's making requests, but we can help people coordinate that, or we can help
Mhm.
businesses coordinate that just to avoid running into any roadblocks about getting these in people's hands.
Okay. Yeah, I'll call the county and just clarify.
And to that end, it sounded like the way that the county was getting stuff out to residents, if it helps at all, was through the vending machines,
Vending
Oh,
machines.
creating
okay.
a centralized place that people could come out to, whether they were in a residence, unhoused,
Yeah.
whatever the situation was.
So
remember
do we
that.
know about
They haven't put one, as far as I know, in our community.
That I know of either. I believe that April said that there weren't any out here.
right,
The-
and they're
they have some
only
in, like,
in
Morgan
like
City.
public, like the county building and the jail and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Tyra, I see you shaking your head. Do you know more? Okay. Right. Yeah.
Homes and out into the community. And I actually just got wind of a few grants that we may be able to look at here. Do I need to start over? Is it too bright?
No, you're okay.
Okay. And I just got wind of a few grants. I spoke with Deterra. They're a company that sells a pouch that renders medication inert. And it's environmentally friendly and things like that. And they have a program. And so they sent me a couple of grants for things like this that I'd like to look into and see if while we're doing community events as an alliance and participating in different things around the community, we can have those available. So if someone's interested, they can pick one up and things like that. So that's something, on my mind and trying to make a reality as well. So if we wanted to pair up to try and figure out, funding and all of that kind of stuff to get those and have them available, we can help with the distribution in a way as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, clearly this is going to be a pretty lengthy process to try and get this adequately.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I think, if the county, I think they did have a limit number. I don't remember what the limit number was, but I don't think we're there yet.
Right.
And so I think I can call her and see, I think her name was April, and see how many more we could get and then go from there. At least having a ton of them at the businesses would be a big start.
Right. I think not to toot my own horn, but I think the public restroom factor is kind of a obvious, like you're saying, gas
Mhm.
stations, people, places of transit, the store, whatever. The food bank, like you said, I think we should put 4 or 5 there and just talk to the staff, talk about the training,
Mhm.
talk about the training coming up, and just talk
Yeah.
about, this is where you can contact to get more or whatever. Feel free to, give them to people that you feel need it. And then just to kind of be the go-between for a while until the network is a little bit more developed. I mean, obviously Tyler's talking about stuff that's going to take a little bit of time before communities have
Right.
I'm sure those machines are probably thousands of dollars, and then you have to have somebody stock them and keep every, you know what I mean? There's a process to everything. So,
I think the other way to go about this, and I did some volunteer work with an organization out of state that did, not with the Narcan specifically, but with other medications for at-risk folks, where they would set up like a basket at a coffee shop.
Mm.
And if you frequented the coffee shop and you knew it was something that you might need
Yeah.
at some point, you could just take it.
right.
Yeah, I would back that up. I would put them in the bathrooms
Okay.
of the places
Right.
for that. And I would also make a slight suggestion. You might want to ask the bar owners around here because
Right.
people with substance abuse problems may be found in bars sometimes.
Yeah. And the mixing of substances is the real
Problem.
killer too.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
Yep, that's good. All right, so we can at least start with what we have and get these out. And Mads, when I get information from the county, should I just give that to you and then you can send it out to the committee so that the committee knows?
Works for me.
Okay. So I will.
Are you making phone calls? You making emails? You want to just CC Mads in or
No, I can't send it to you guys. She has to send it to you
oh
guys.
yeah, so how
Sorry.
does
They
that
have to.
work?
Yes.
Well, so if Tammy receives an email correspondence from the county, it has to go through the city before we can't
So
just do like everybody gets the same email thing.
typically what I do with like the meeting reminders and everything is all BCC you
Okay.
all on it.
Mhm.
So you're all on your own independent email chains.
Yes.
Oh.
You're not in a conversation with each other.
Oh, that makes
Yeah.
a lot of sense.
So we can't.
Okay.
So like
Yeah.
Okay.
Tammy can CC me, Tammy can CC me and you, but as soon as we have a third committee member on
Right.
there, it becomes a quorum and it
Yeah.
becomes
Right. Even as an
subject to the
email
public meeting laws.
correspondence. Okay. Yeah. I mean, we'll just have to go slow.
Mm-hmm. So we'll figure it out. But the first place to start is getting the letter
Yep.
to Mads. So
Yeah. I'm going to, I got to go to basketball practice drop off at 6-ish on the dot, but I'm sitting there for 90 minutes. So I might even just
Oh,
plunk around on the phone and see
Okay.
what I can't come up with. It doesn't have to be anything.
nothing fancy.
It's not a dissertation. It's just kind of a little introduction. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can get this hammered out by midweek. I don't know if that interferes with any of your tasks during the day. Okay, cool.
So, all right. Do we have any public comments? No. Anybody online? Okay. So, any committee members want to comment or have anything to add to our meeting before we sign off?
I will just say this feels like something that's very has a lot of substance to it and it is very relevant. I know that it's been a little bit difficult to define the aim and objective of the DEI for the last couple of years. And I have been uh listening to a lot of media lately that's sort of like, what now? So I think that this feels very much so like something again that's relevant that we can really focus on that does have everything to do with inclusivity, equity, diversity of the different people that live in the area, and all of those sort of topics are addressed. So yeah, this might be a little bit of an endeavor and it might take a little bit of time, but I think it's very much so worthwhile and can really help us with sort of the direction that we've been seeking. So
I
job, everybody.
concur. Yes. And I'm really looking forward to actually the cool thing that I like about this is that we as a committee are doing something together for the community, which we've tabled and stuff, but this is different and this is really cool. So I'm very happy. So, all right. It is 5:40.
Great.
And we are signing off. Thank you everyone for coming today to the meeting, and we hope you have a great evening.
Bye. Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry
Merry
Christmas,
Christmas. Oh my
everyone.
goodness. Is that